Y'all, I I can't believe Kanye West, y'all. Like, I'm so disappointed in that man right now. I don't really know. I'm at a loss for words. Honestly, after watching the TMZ clip where he said 400 years of slavery, all of y'all, all of y'all, that sounds like a choice to me. You know how disrespectful that is? That's such a slap in the face to all our ancestors that came before us and endured all this physical bondage as well as mental bondage that our people were trapped in, and we're still seeing the continuing effects of that today. Despite what people want to tell you, despite what people say, that stuff, we still are experiencing the effects of slavery today. When he says stuff like that, let's be honest. Let's be clear. Yes, I recognize that, there were individuals who revolted against slavery, people that fought back, that fought for our freedom, that fought for us to be a free people, and fought the oppressor. And that was a noble cause, and we always commend those individuals like Nat Turner, individuals like Toussaint Louverture, who fought for the Haitian independence of black people in Haiti, Harriet Tubman, who freed so many slaves, through the Underground Railroad, through what was called the Underground Railroad, to help slaves get to freedom. But that was just so disrespectful and just so tasteless. Like, for real, Kanye, do you realize the mental bondage our people were in? When you experience your people being kidnapped from their homeland, being sold off and auctioned to other slaves to be mistreated, brutalized, raped, and just stripped of any resemblance of their culture in its entirety, from the name to them taking the last name of the slave owners, all that stuff. Do you really are you really gonna blame those people? You gonna say it's their fault? Basically, sound like a choice to me, because you feel like everybody wasn't as courageous as you feel like you would have been to fight back. Yes, we had a lot of courageous individuals, and I respect them. I tip my hat to them. But I'm never going to disrespect the people that were in bondage and say, "Oh, that sounds like a choice to me." Like, are you for real? Honestly, was it their choice to come here? I don't get that, man. It's just it's so despicable to me. Like Kanye. Sometimes I think Kanye goes off on a tangent and tries to be such a a controversial figure just to get his name buzz, and he says things and I don't think he understands the things that he says before he says it. Stuff just comes out of his mouth. Whatever the first thing he can think of, and it's just what comes out, and he's fine with it. He doesn't care about the consequences of what he's saying. And I'll say this because there are people who listen to what Kanye says, stuff like that, and says, because Kanye is a humongous figure, and not just rap music, pop culture, period, hip hop culture, everything. People gonna listen to that and say, well, y'all got a victim mentality, black people. Y'all talk about slavery, how these long lasting effects have occurred, but y'all just victims. Kanye say it was y'all choice that y'all ancestors was kept in captivity. It was y'all choice. There are people that are gonna believe those things and attach themselves to that rhetoric and say, man, slavery was black people's fault. They should have fought back a long, long time ago. What? It's so, that's just so irresponsible for him to spew those type of things, man. People gonna attach themselves to that and say, and try to discredit all the years of just mental captivity and just brutalization, downright despicable behavior, and they're gonna say, oh, basically that was your fault. You gonna sum it up to say all those years of slavery, that was y'all choice to be in that. Kanye, do you know? You don't know what you would have done in that time period. You're not living in that time period. It's easy for people to say stuff like that now. In the country that we living in now, it's easy for people to say stuff like that. And I hate when people like Ye come out and say these type of things, and then people just attach themselves to it and just take it as true, because people that's gonna run with it because he's Kanye West. The same way Lil Wayne got up there and being disrespectful and ignorant and irresponsible, saying he don't attach himself to no Black Lives Matter movement. Okay, all right, whatever. But it's black men being gunned down by police unjustly, unarmed, You rapped about police brutality and rapped about racism in your music. Now you're gonna act like it don't exist to appease a certain crowd, so you won't get I guess isolated. Your record sales can continue to soar because you that scared, like for real, like for real though. Come on, man. I be thinking how much money you got to make to say certain stuff like that. You got to be making so much money that you just don't care what your people think. I'ma just say this because, hey, I'ma just go with this flow. Like for real. Like when Wayne said that all he gonna do is to attach himself to the flag. Like, you know, attach yourself to a gang flag. It's people that saw that like, man, Lil Wayne gets it. That Black Lives Matter stuff, it's BS. It's really BS. There's people that's really thought like that. Like, because Wayne is such a big figure, he has an influence. Kanye has an influence when he's spewing out stuff like this. It was a choice for our people to be enslaved and held in captivity. Are you stupid, yay? And that's a Chicago brother, man. Like, I'm gonna tell y'all, man, it's sad to see Kanye saying stuff like this and knowing where he comes from. He's a son of a Black Panther, man, a college professor, like Black excellence. And he's saying stuff like this is just so disrespectful. Like, basically, it was our fault, huh? Come on, man. And I'm not one of those people that's causing harm to Kanye West, because I think the rappers like Daz Dillinger, like Daz talking about he want the Crips to put hands on Kanye when they see him, whoop him up and all that type of stuff. That's stupid, because all these other racists, people walking around, George Zimmerman walking around, no harm done to him. He ain't issued none of that to George Zimmerman and none of these other people that have done racially despicable things and gotten off scot-free. But he's saying he's doing this, I think that's just corny. I'm not calling for nothing like that. But Kanye, I'm calling you out, dog. As a Chicago brother, as a Black man, that's just so irresponsible for you to go up there and say. People going to attach themselves to that and say that our whole standpoint of talking about the effects of racism, the continuing effects of racism, they're going to call it BS. Because of stuff that you saying. It's our fault. They already think we have a victim mentality. You know, and I'm a person that believes in self-empowerment, that empowers our people. But you don't go and downplay our history like that and talk as if you don't talk down on our ancestors and degrade them in such manner. Like for real? Like for real? You know the things they were effed up in the mind to believe that they were inferior. And they believe that because all these things that were up, that they were up against, I'm sorry. And Ye gonna go and spew that, man. I'm disappointed, man. Come on, dog. For real?